Hello, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Fidel. In this video, we're going to go over a graphical representation of non-duality. Non-duality is a beautiful truth because it doesn't require a belief system. Non-duality just points to this present moment that nothing is separate from. That's what non-duality means, not separate from. And how it relates to ourselves and the universe that we live in. So most people think that they are separate from their universe. But in non-duality, it's the realization that the observed and the observer are the same. So that there's no separation between a person and the person's universe. And that's what non-duality is all about. The observer, or the person, and the observed, the universe, are the same. So how do we see this? Or how do we tie this together in a graphical manner so that we could bridge science and spirituality? And that's what this video will do. So here is a picture of the Earth. And on Earth are people. And the Earth is the third planet from the Sun. So Mercury, Venus, Earth. Earth with the people, which are represented by these lollipop figures. And here is our Sun. And so, therefore, we could all see that if the whole thing here is called universe, then Earth, people, and everything are all contained within the universe. And of course, we could have galaxies and dark matter and whatever else the human mind, which is within the universe, wants to name. We can name these things anything we want. But the bottom line is that nothing can be outside of the universe. Because universe is a conceptual idea for an all-inclusive. And if we call it universes, we could call it multiverse, we could call it existence. It doesn't matter what the mind comes up with. It's just a conceptual idea for an all-inclusive. So even these ideas that are coming up within the minds of human beings, of what we want to call this thing, universe, universes, multiverse, we could see that these very ideas themselves are also within the all-inclusive universe. So nothing can be outside of the universe. Everything, including humanity and the thinking minds of humanity, are contained within the universe. And of course, nothing could be separate from this universe because the Earth had to have formed from the Sun. And the Sun formed from something else. And everything is formed from everything else before that. So what we're left with is just an all-inclusive entity that we can call universe, that nothing's separate from. Now, if the universe had just existed, it would not know that it existed because then it would just be an existence with no awareness to itself. But because we, and when I say we, that immediately makes forms in our minds of human being. So when I say we, I mean people or humans or whatever you want to call these forms that we identify ourselves as. Because we are aware and we are not separate from the universe, then the universe itself has become aware through us. So you see, when I say the word universe and I say the word us, it creates that separation once again. Because as soon as I say those words, your mind immediately creates forms or dualisms that create a false separation between a human and a universe, or a we and a universe, or an us and a universe, or an us and existence, or an us and a multiverse, us and a whatever words you want to come up with. The bottom line is that nothing could have ever been separate from this universe. Now the problem is, and this is the problem with non-duality, you can't come up with a name for what this present moment is. Because the present moment is the universe itself unfolding. Life itself is not separate, and it's always happening now. So, non-dualism is just a word itself. So, if we say that the whole thing is presence, or we say that the whole thing is universe or universes, we're again left with a problem because now we have a word trying to describe it. So, the only answer to the question is just silence, because when we just allow the moment to unfold itself as it just is that. And that's why the answer can never be spoken. So when the Buddha said that there's no self and there's no God, it's just that if you speak these words, God or self, it does not encapsulate what it is. What it is can never be spoken, and the word in that case is Tao, because Tao means, it's a word that says that once it's spoken, it's no longer what it is. That's what Tao means. So what we're left with is this present moment of existence that nothing is separate from. So, the humans, the earth, the sun, all these things are just happening now. Nothing separate from it. And that's why nothing can be figured out, because the only thing that can figure out the universe, from a human perspective, would be the thinking mind. And the thinking mind and the thoughts of the thinking mind are itself within the universe. So notice how everything is always within the universe. And even the concept that there is a boundary of the universe, that can't be known either, because that's another concept. Anytime we're trying to figure these things out, it's just happening in our minds, and our minds can only do as well as our senses can form. So once again, non-duality is not separate from. And this graphical representation, although primitive, is pointing to just that this present moment is life itself. Nothing is separate from this present moment of life. And that's non-duality. And so nothing could be known in essence. You just can't know it, because the concept of what it is can only be a word or a visual thought of what it is. And those words or visual thoughts of what something is are a part of what it is, but can never contain what it is. And there is non-duality. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's really the purpose of my channel to bridge this gap between science and spirituality, and really bring about a completely non-religious understanding of something. A truth that's so simple that even a child knows it. And we know it ourselves as well, because we know that our beliefs, what's true today, is not true tomorrow. So this is really a beautiful thing, non-duality. Something that we can all agree on. And it's very nice to know that we are all part of the same fabric that's always happening in this present moment. Thank you.